Good evening, London Majors fans, and welcome inside Labatt Memorial Park. It is game day here at the Forks of the Thames as the London Majors get set to do battle with the visiting Hamilton Cardinals. Good evening. Here's a look at the starting pitchers in today's ball game. It's Luke Kelley and Ryan Burnside. Kelley going for the Majors, Burnside getting the start for Hamilton in this ball game, Jackson.
Yeah, Luke Kelley making his first home start with the London Majors. Of course, he pitched for the Bakersfield Train Robbers earlier this summer out in California in the Pecos League. And August 21st at Barrie, so just on this weekend. He went 7 innings, allowed 5 earned runs on just 6 hits, though, 3 walks and 4 Ks. I think there's a lot of potential with this lefty, much needed for the Majors. Hey, another great arm to add to what has been a solid starting pitching corps this season.
One thing to watch for in the ball game tonight is how far does Luke Kelley go into this ball game for London, Jackson. He pitched on the weekend, 102 pitches, I believe, on Saturday night in Barrie in the start there where the Majors came back and won that ball game. It is just a short rest before he gets the start tonight, Wednesday night in London. We'll see how far he goes into this ball game. Will the Majors be using that bullpen earlier than they want to?
Well, perhaps, right? But, we have seen throughout this season Andrew Rupchandra willing to let his starters go a little bit. We see it with Pedro De Los Santos, although, of course, he is maybe perhaps an anomaly. He can throw upwards of 130 pitches. Very effective, and it looks like we're going to get down to field level here.
Hey, Luke Kelley gets the start for the London Majors on the mound out there. The lefty getting tasked with facing this Hamilton Cardinals team. We've been told that this is due to the fact that Hamilton has a lot of good hitting lefties in their lineup, Jackson. That is why they're throwing Luke Kelley on such short notice.
Well, and a good chance for Luke Kelley to get some footing underneath him as well in the IBL, due to the fact that the Cardinals are a bit of a vulnerable team right now. It's their 5th game in just 7 nights. They lost to Brantford 18-3 on Monday. They're 4-7 in the month of August. They've fallen all the way to 6th in the standings. This is a great opportunity for Kelley to, potentially put up a pretty decent outing here and get some momentum going in the IBL.
And we'll bring Justin Gideon to the plate. Now Gideon hitting over 360 on the season. He's off to a fantastic start. First pitch here from Kelley. That one in there for a strike, and it's 0-1.
Well, and that's so important, especially against a hitter of this caliber. Get in there, get that first strike, get the at-bat underway with the lead, if you're Kelley here.
Checks on the runner, comes to the plate. This one drilled to right, but foul. On the way down into the Hamilton bullpen. Quickly 0-2 here on the Cardinals' 3-hitter.
Yeah, and now this gives you the opportunity to throw something off speed, throw something out of the zone, try to get him to chase. Last thing you want to do here is give him something 0-2 that he can hit.
Gideon tied for the team lead for the Cardinals in RBIs this season at 18. On 0-2, though, he's got a few pitches to work with. Comes to the plate, swing and a miss. Gets Gideon to chase on that pitch outside the zone, and there are 2 gone.
Yeah, it's a really nice job there by Kelley. Gets the first 2 strikes in the AB, and now he's got a chance, like we talked about, to work something out of the zone. Try to get Gideon a chase, and that's exactly what he did.
So Kelley's gotten 2 outs here after allowing the leadoff man to reach, as you mentioned there, Jackson. Now he gets a swing and a miss on the first pitch there. It's 0-1. Brendan Nieva at the plate here for Hamilton. A 167 batting average so far this season. See if he can start something for the Cardinals in the bottom of this order, top of the 2nd inning, and now it's 0-2.
When you've got a hitter at the bottom of the lineup struggling, the way Nieva is, you've got to pound the zone. And that's exactly what Kelley's doing right now. Again, working ahead with a runner on, and we'll see if he can finish him off here.
0-2 count here. Kelley to the plate, swung on and missed, gets him swinging, and that'll do it for the top of the 2nd. Kelley checks on the runner. Pitch to the plate, called strike 3 as he catches the upper outer corner, and that'll do it for the top of the 3rd. The Cardinals able to get another man in scoring position. They've got 5 hits so far in the ball game tonight, but Luke Kelley has done a fantastic job at holding them on base. It's scoreless as we go to the bottom of the 3rd. 3-1, and the bat goes flying towards the Majors dugout. Out of the hands of Young on the strike swinging, and the Hamilton Cardinals bench tosses him a stick of pine tar. When he does get that bat back, he's going to, I imagine, load it up to make sure that doesn't happen again here on 3-2.
Those are always such scary instances, right? When that bat goes flying, because you just, and from up here, we can't see where it goes, right? We have no idea how far it's going, at least at first.
It made its way towards the Majors dugout, and that newly installed last summer screen that they put in front of the dugouts comes into good use there as it stops the bat before it hits the London Majors team, who's up on the railing here, top of the fourth inning. Now this one hit over to first base, but foul. And I think that bat that he just lost is now broken.
Wow. So tough luck here.
All that work to get it back, Jackson, just to break it on the next pitch. 1-2, swing and a miss. Gets Lunetto down on strikes, and there is the first out of the inning.
Yeah, working quickly in this inning is Kelley, getting 2 quick outs, just like his counterpart Burnside did in the top half. And you can see why they don't have anyone in the bullpen, because Kelley's been fantastic so far. He's looked in control, even in the points where, danger has loomed. He's looked confident. He's still working fast. And ultimately, his stuff hasn't let him down yet. That fastball is lively.
On the mound and ready to go is Kelley, as he's not wasting any time. First pitch is a fastball right across the plate for a strike, 0-1. Kelley, you mentioned the pace out there, Jackson. Gets the ball back, grabs his sign, and he is ready to go once more. The 0-1, this one missing low, 1-1.
Yeah, playing catch out there right now. Shades of Pedro de los Santos at points, especially when he's got confidence, which is most of the time, especially this season.
When the batter and the home plate umpire are telling you to slow down a little bit, you're getting into a groove. Here's the 1-1 from Kelley. This one swung on and missed, changed speeds there. And a fantastic job at doing so. It's 1-2.
And that's a great pitch sequencing as well. Good call there from Jaco. And Kelley executing as well. As you mentioned, really getting into a groove, at least thus far in this inning.
Off speed, called strike 3, got him looking. Gorgeous off-speed pitch, and that'll do it for the top of the 5th. Kelley works with the strikeout and gets himself out of the inning, with the Majors still leading 1-0.
Fantastic work there by Kelley. I mean, we can see why that bullpen, as mentioned, is not getting loose, because he's been so dialed, especially, throughout this ballgame. But in that inning, I mean, he was basically playing catch with Jacob out there, working very effectively, getting ahead in counts again. And now he's mixing his pitches really well, right? Because Hamilton knows about the fastball and how much movement it's got, how lively it is. If he can work that off of that with some off-speed pitches that he can at least command to a good degree, look out. And he's been doing that so far. He's been, at points, really kind of picking the corners with it. And I really like the game that Jaco has been calling from behind the plate as well.
And now Luke Kelley, he is an out away from working through the top of the 6th inning here, and really, if he can continue with this start and could solidify himself as the Majors' 3rd starter. We mentioned they've kind of been looking for, they got the 1 guy, they got their number 2 guy. Those guys are interchangeable with Boone and Pedro de los Santos, but they're really looking for that number 3 starter. And actually, our friend Todd Devlin over at Game Day London wrote an interesting article released today about the London Majors pitching, looking for that, who's going to be that guy, that 3rd arm, who's going to help them in the bullpen. And Luke Kelley, a big addition for them, could also throw a number of innings, as we've seen with the start Saturday night in Barrie, and of course the start here tonight. Jackson, the London Majors pitching so far this season, 52% of innings have been thrown by Boone and Pedro de los Santos.
Well, it's a good, that's a really good recipe for success. When your rotation is doing that, as there's a strike there swinging, and he works ahead, what it does is it takes pressure off the bullpen. And that's not to say the Majors don't have a good bullpen. They do. But there's still some sort of unproven arms in there. When you're getting as much as you are out of your starters, it just makes life that much easier for manager Roop Chandidad and the Majors.
And if they can get a 3rd guy doing that, even better. 1-2, called, strike 3. Lucas Kelley gets himself the punch out, and he's through 6 scoreless innings here at Labatt Park. And the London Majors close this one out with a 2-0 victory over the Cardinals.
Name of the game for the Majors in this one, Noah, was the pitching. Whether it be the starter Kelley going 7 strong, or Farrington coming in and dealing and getting the outs he needed to get, avoiding some tough situations Of course, Gideon in that spot, no easy task to face. Farrington able to overcome it, proving himself as well as a guy who can go multiple innings to get the save.
So the final score, 2-0 here for the London Majors on a Wednesday night makeup game. They put 2 runs and 10 hits on the board. The Cardinals also picking up 10 hits, just 1 error. They're unable to score in the ball game tonight, Jackson, and the final score will be 2-0. But more importantly here for this London Majors team is it looks like they're going to pick up some games here as the Kitchener Panthers are trailing big to the Toronto Maple Leafs, 20-3 the score right now at Christie Pitts. So it looks like the Majors are going to pick up some games here for sure. And a big statement win here, 2-0. We've seen all season long, Jackson, that the offense is really what's carried this team. Not tonight. It was the pitching.
Yeah, and a big prove-it game, I think, for Luke Kelley, and maybe even Braden Farrington as well. He's had such a fantastic year, and he shut down the Hamilton Cardinals. Again, this is not an easy lineup to navigate. You got a good mix of righties and lefties. Of course, Justin Gideon, as we talked about, one of the best hitters in the IBL throughout his career. And again, Kelley proving himself, as we talked about during the game, as a guy who could maybe slot in come playoff time or even late season here. He's come up over from Bakersfield, California. Could be a big part of this rotation as a number 3 arm behind Pedro de los Santos and Owen Boone for the Majors.
So the London Majors win tonight here at Labatt Park. The final score 2-0 on 10 hits and a big win there for London. We thank you for watching with us tonight on what has been a lovely Wednesday night at the ballpark. Majors holding on 2-0 for the victory. From Jackson Farrow, myself, Noah Smith, and our Majors TV crew, we thank you for watching with us tonight and have a fantastic night.